Alright, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, and specifically this is going to be a reading for the Capricorn full moon and what you need to know for the full moon in Capricorn. Before I dive into the reading, I want to thank you for being here and for receiving this reading. If it resonates with you, please like and subscribe for more. This helps lend your energy to the channel so I can manifest messages that resonate the most with you. And if you would like a personal reading, I do offer personal readings and you can email me. My email is down below in the description box. But let's get into it. This is going to be a more spiritual reading, I'm feeling already. And for the Sagittarius who is listening today, there's something that you are actively in the process of creating. And this could have something to do with your throat chakra, with your self-expression. So for some of you, this could be with like literally speaking, so speaking your truth, singing, expressing yourself through the throat, through the mouth. For others of you, this is going to be about writing or sharing information in general, just expressing your truth in some way. For others of you, it could be through other creative forms of expression like dance or visual art or recorded music, something like that. But this has to do with the expression of your truth. And many of you have been focused on manifesting this for a long time, and you're in the process of going within and centering yourself so that you can find that creative spark and express it. And what that really requires is for you to really culminate that potential energy. And so, in physics there's potential and kinetic energy, and the potential energy is that energy that is stored to be released before that launch point or that takeoff moment or the point of movement. The kinetic energy, when your energy starts moving forward and the energy itself is used to create. And so I see you having so far really been in that moment of gathering and building the potential energy. So many of you may not have seen the rewards or the fruits of your labor yet. You may not have experienced the harvest here, so to speak. And because of that, you may be kind of wondering, are my ships going to come in? Am I going to see the harvest that I'm wanting, that I'm expecting? And your confidence could be shaken a little bit because you haven't yet seen the success that you're looking for, especially in the material world. If this is tied to your career or your finances, maybe you're feeling like, I haven't made the money or received the accolades, the awards that I want to kind of prove to myself that I'm a success in the sort of earthly terms that we're accustomed to. But I'm seeing that this is a part of your soul's path and a part of your journey that is larger than just material success. And it really has to do with you pursuing your passion and having the earthly experience of pursuing your passion. And so this Capricorn full moon could, for you, be about the culmination of energies that have been underlying. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is really about the constraints of the earthly realm and what it is that we've been able to put our physical energy into. And it has to do with structure and limitation and the structures that keep us confined to certain boxes when our energy kind of wants to move all around, and how we deal with focusing our energy within those structures. And so you may be feeling the culmination of what's been going on under the surface or what's been going on behind the scenes as you kind of navigate the different structures of your life and how those structures kind of control or contort or just impact your creative energy and your life force. So pretty deep reading here, Sagittarius. The overall energy and the oracle cards is the miser, ripeness, and the burden. So you may be feeling like the time is ripe, like your creation, your fruit is ripe on the vine. It's ready to fall. It's ready to be harvested. It's ready to reach the climax of its shelf life, And you could be feeling with the miser and the burden very almost upset with yourself that you haven't yet found the success that you're looking for. You're like, if my fruit is ripe, why hasn't it been picked? Why hasn't it been sought after? Why hasn't it been written about and celebrated and all of these things? And that comes through as quite a burden on your energy. And it looks like you almost may not even realize that you're actually at the beginning of your creative journey or your creative cycle with whatever this is. And it's more about the journey than the destination. So when we're creating something, it's less about the actual product and what it is that you get to at the end, and more about the experience, the emotional experience, the physical experience, the spiritual experience, the mental experience that you have as you're creating that thing. And so far in your path, you've been knee-deep in that experience, so it makes sense that you haven't necessarily seen the fruits of your labor, because you're in the process of experiencing them yourself, creating them yourself, and just getting your energy up off the ground, creating that potential energy like I talked about in the beginning of the reading. Now, in your current energy, I see you really looking for, okay, what's the best way to move forward? How do I move forward? How can I be successful? How can I get this off the ground? And what you're not seeing is that all you have to really do is move along with this and continue with the energy as it naturally flows, and something's going to come in here like a lightning bolt that is going to dramatically shift how this goes for the better. And so it's almost like your energy is kind of moving along naturally, down the river, and then all of a sudden it's like you come into contact with something beautiful and unexpected that takes us to the next level, or adds to the momentum, or adds to what you've already been doing. And that's something that gets kind of sent in by the universe that I don't think you would really see coming, because it's like you have to maintain your side of things for the universe to be able to bring in something else and meet you there. And what it is that the universe is going to bring in and meet you with, I think, is going to be much grander than you can even imagine at this time, because all you kind of have is your human perspective down here on Earth, whereas the universe is kind of, involving you in this more grand plan that you don't necessarily know how all the pieces are conspiring to come together. So there's more that's coming in your future that you're not necessarily aware of. But let's take a look at your path so far. We'll dive into the tarot and just see kind of what we're working with here and what's been going on for you. Whatever this is, I see it being very closely connected to your heart space. It could feel like you were put on this earth to do this, and you're starting to kind of manifest something in the earthly realm that's resided in your soul or your psyche or your spiritual kind of consciousness for a very long time, and it's only just now starting to kind of show up in the material realm. Let's take a look at that. This is something that you've always kind of been conscious of within yourself, like from a young age. So if you're a singer, it could be that you've been singing from a very young age before you could even speak, and you just always knew, I'm a singer, and no matter how long it takes, I'm going to sing. Or it could be that if you're a writer, before you could even write as a child, you were scribbling in notebooks, and even if you didn't know necessarily what you were going to write about, you knew, okay, I'm going to be writing something, like this is who I am. And so this is very close to your heart. It's something that you identify with in a spiritual and a heart-centered sort of way. It means a lot to you. And that could be kind of what propels you along here through life, is sort of your passion for whatever it is and your knowledge that this is something that you're going to do. In order for you to pursue this, it's almost like you had to move on from preconceived notions about what was possible for you. Like maybe you had other people in your life who thought this is too lofty, or you can never make this kind of art, or it's a little bit weird. Or maybe you were telling yourself that it wasn't possible for you, or you weren't good enough, or something like that. And before you could kind of pursue this, you had to heal within you the part of yourself that was being held down by these preconceived notions, whether that was from external sources or from other sources. I see you kind of had to move through a healing process of understanding that this is your truth, that this is what you want to do or what you need to do, or that this is meant for you. And only then, once you kind of healed that wound and left it to die, were you able to kind of open up to actually creating this and bringing this into the real world through your own power and your own manifestation. And I see that kind of as you build up the momentum for this and as you kind of got started in this, so maybe say you're writing a book, as you start writing your book, there could be some doubts that you kind of have to move through and balance, even as you're beginning the process, that are kind of lingering over. And it's almost like you're creating through the doubt. Like you're like, yeah, I'm doubting myself, but I know that this is what I have to do, so I'm just going to keep going anyway. And so I see you kind of in the current energy still being in this process of having to heal the parts of yourself that maybe don't think that this is possible, or that you're good enough for it, or that you're deserving of it, or whatever those doubts may be that kind of live within you. This could have been from something external, and you kind of had to disrupt the process of another relationship or another connection or things that other people were telling you in order to move forward on your path, really. So there could have been a destructive moment or many destructive moments in relationships with other people so that you could move even more on your path, and then kind of as those relationships that weren't serving you dropped out, I see your momentum picking up, that kinetic energy, as the potential energy transforms into kinetic and kind of speeds up and speeds up and speeds up. And that was something that you also had to heal, was not just the messaging from those relationships that was negative and that was impacting you, but actually moving on from some of those relationships entirely. And then as you kind of moved on from those relationships, I see that it became clear to you how exactly to step into your power. And this is a process that you could be going through right now, of realizing, okay, this is exactly what I need to do that empowers me, with or without these other people. And it's like you're just now beginning to heal from the sense of rejection or the pain of feeling rejected by these other energies or by yourself. And it's like the more you start to believe in yourself and the more you start to heal from the pain of those past energies, the more your energy kind of picks up, and I see you stepping into your power more and more here. You could be, with the Capricorn full moon, fully leaving behind any limiting relationships that were keeping you from stepping into your power. You're saying, I'm tired of struggling, I'm tired of being afraid, I'm tired of, being pulled down by these negative energies, or, these people who don't believe in me, or the parts of myself where I don't believe in myself. And I see you really beginning to leave that behind. And it's like, as soon as you leave that behind, you actually open up to so many beautiful things coming in that you're not even really fully expecting here, but that are meant to kind of be there to propel you along. Interesting. I see that with the closing of this cycle of these negative narratives that you've been telling yourself or that you've absorbed about, you're not good enough or you're not successful enough, as you kind of leave that behind, there's so many positive energies that come in for you that it's almost like shocking that it could even be that good. Or it's like you're not even used to receiving something kind of this caliber, but you're moving straight towards it. Like, you're gonna hit this no matter what you do. Like, it's inevitable. And it comes through as like a blessing from the universe, actually. Let's take a look at that blessing energy. just gonna switch decks here really quickly. It's something that you have to like open up to, and I see you almost being worried, like, am I going to be known? And if you're someone who has a message for the world or a gift for the world, and you're worried about, am I going to be known enough, or am I going to be famous enough, or enough people going to be impacted by me and by what I have to offer? What I have to offer you is this. If you have a message for the world, it is inevitable that that message is going to reach who it needs to reach. And if you don't have a message for the world, if you're just kind of willy-nilly flailing out there, trying over and over again and wondering why it's not landing, it's because you don't have something to land. In order for a golf ball to make it into the hole, someone has to swing and hit that golf ball. And if you don't have a swing or a golf ball, how are you going to get your message into the proverbial hole? Do you know what I'm saying? But for those of you who have a message, you don't have to worry, because your message itself is going to carry itself to the places that it needs to end up. I'm hearing just keep going. Just keep getting your message out there. Just keep pushing, keep creating, because that energy, it's going to move you along naturally towards your destination. You're showing me that you're tired, it's taking so long, it's been so hard, and that's coming through as a bit of an excuse. And you may not even realize it, but if you're letting the voice of this is so hard, and what if it doesn't work out, and maybe I'm not good enough, that's actually the energy that you're going to manifest from if you're not careful. And so make sure that the energy that you're manifesting from is that energy of creativity, of passion, of creation, of excitement, of happiness. Because you may not realize it, but you are manifesting from a place of being exhausted and of feeling like you're not good enough. And Spirit's asking you kind of urgently to put that energy down, because you have a message that is very important for the world to hear. And it's going to impact someone out there. But you have to let it. You have to let it impact. Let's take a look at the Tower. There's going to be a change coming in. As soon as you drop this burden of all these doubts and the insecurities and the I'm not good enough, as soon as you drop that, again, there's going to be a supportive energy that comes in that's going to move you right along. For some of you, this is going to be financial assistance, you're going to receive a lot of money, and that's going to kind of come in like a windfall and move you even further along, and you're going to receive this confirmation. For others of you, it's just going to be material support from people around you. It'll be appreciation. People are going to want what you have, and that is going to just blast open your energy entirely, and you're going to know that you have exactly what it takes, and you're going to trust more in your own abilities and in the universe to catch you because of whatever this support is. Let's take a look at the Queen of Pentacles. If you've been struggling financially, I'm seeing this very much as a financial thing. You're going to be just fine. You're going to receive either a lot of money, a lot of sponsorships, and it's just going to be given to you because people are going to and they're going to resonate with what you're putting down. And you could be feeling like you've been waiting for a long time for this to happen, for this financial abundance, for this support, and I'm seeing that it's going to come in, but part of it is on you to make sure that your energy is on point, that your energy is prepared to receive what it is you deserve, and that you're not manifesting from a place of lack, from a place of I don't have enough, because that's what the universe is going to give you if that's the signal that you send out. The advice from the universe is trust your heart. Trust your passion for this. Trust that this is what you're meant to be doing. You may have been doing this for several lifetimes, or you may have decided before you were born, this is what I'm meant to do on earth, this is how I'm meant to affect the earth. And Spirit is right there with you saying you're going to succeed. It's inevitable. But you have to show up from a place of confidence, and you have a message to deliver. Like, you have work to do. So go and do it. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.